What's happening, YouTube? This is Bones98 here to do an e-liquid review of Halo Purity's Sub-Zero in 6 milligram nicotine per milliliter, 0.06%. I think, yeah, 0.06% strength. Just to give you an overview of this flavor, it's pretty much a no-frills menthol flavor. There's no base, there's no tobacco base, there's nothing fruity mixed to it. It's just solely just menthol. If I were to summarize the flavor of it, it's like taking 6, cough drops, like Halls or something like that, and just putting them in your mouth. And that's the type of experience that you get on the inhale and the exhale. You get this amazingly strong, just I can't describe it. It's kind of hard to describe. It's just like being blasted with a shit ton of menthol as you're inhaling, and on the exhale, just once again, it's like a 1-2 combo of menthol. It's highly PG concentrated, basically the high concentrate of PG in the e-liquid. Second would be glycerin, and then all the other flavorings and this and that. So you do get a very, very, very decent amount of vapor production. You also get great flavor, so there's no disgusting aftertaste that some of the other formulas would have. But on the downside of it is that because it's highly concentrated in PG, the e-liquid tends to be very viscous. So you're going to have some e-liquid actually coming out and dripping out of your cartomizer. But this happens occasionally. Usually it only happens when you're, filling up your cartomizer. Basically trying to make sure that it stays wet, or, when you're filling up your tank again is when a little bit of it will start to drip out. But I guess, it pretty much comes with the territory if you're using, tank cartomizers with PG e-liquids. So here we go. We're going to give it a spin. And I'm using my Ego C, my trusty Ego C. My Ego C. I was thinking about getting a high voltage device, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. If you're subbed to my channel for e-liquid reviews, I'll be posting a little bit more, but it's going to start to slow down because I'm kind of basically, how would I say this? I'm kind of starting to let go of vaping a little bit. Because I want to focus on other things. One of the things is that I'm trying to ease off of vaping and focus more on getting back in the gym and getting in shape. For those of you who know me personally would know that, I used to be in the gym, I would work out, used to weigh actually 210 pounds. And then I stopped that because of a shoulder injury, and I guess I took up vaping, and unfortunately because I've been out of the gym, I've been vaping much more than I used to, and so it's time for me to cut back a little bit. But anyway, let's give it a spin right here with my Ego C. See? Very, very nice vapor production. Amazing flavor. It's super strong. It's basically the purest menthol you can get. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just pure menthol. Now, if I were to find another e-liquid that would taste similar to it, it would be Z-Vape's Minty Kiss. They're pretty much exactly the same. They taste the same. They even perform the same as far as vapor production is concerned. And they even have the same percentages, same strength of nicotine, this and that. They're pretty much almost the same formula. As a matter of fact, let me see if I have a bottle of Minty Kiss. Let's see. Okay, I guess I'm all out of them. I'm all out of the Minty Kiss. But if you guys can't find the Halo, and your e-liquid store, your vape lounge or whatever sells Z-Vape e-liquids, you can check out the Minty Kiss, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a very, very strong e-liquid. Very, very strong menthol e-liquid. As a matter of fact, the guys who worked at the e-liquid store, they were like, okay, if you want something that's like pure menthol, something strong, get this. Mountain Oak Vapors Frostbite is a very, very strong menthol flavor. I've tried many different type of menthol flavors. Mountain Oak Vapors Frostbite is one of the strongest menthol e-liquids I've tried. But this is taken at a whole new level. This is just super, super chill. Fall is starting to come out pretty soon. We got a couple more weeks until the temperatures start to dry down. I don't know if you're one of those people that like to like sit in a room and have the AC on at full blast during fall or winter. Like some of my friends, I mean, goddamn, every time I go into their house, it's like a damn iceberg or something. I start to shrivel up, and I'm shaking. I'm going, and they're like, dude, what's wrong with you? You freezing? I'm like, yeah, you got the fucking AC at 36 degrees, man. Shit. You know? And they're completely, I mean, this guy's just like walking around half naked and stuff, like nothing's going on. So if you're one of those type of people, dude, you could be vaping on this, during the cold winter time. I mean, you could be in Boston where it's like snowing and it's just cold as hell during winter time, and you could be vaping on this and enjoy it. It's very pleasant. It's very nice. It doesn't have this nasty, disgusting, spicy taste to it. Some of the menthol flavors that I've tried, they have like this spice element to it. I don't know what it is, but it tastes like, rather than vaping on something that's supposed to taste like a menthol cigarette or just taste like be menthol flavored, it's like this weird thing where they took mint leaves and they ground them up and squeezed the juice out and then put it into this PG mix, and they said, okay, here's an e-liquid, and it's got this very earthy taste to it. It's very earthy. It's very hard to explain it to you guys, but you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's like as if you were trying to look, as if you were getting something from your kitchen cabinet, where the spice rack is and all that type of stuff, and you just chewed on it or something. It's hard to explain, but some of you will understand what I'm talking about. There are a lot of e-liquids like that. You don't get that with this when it comes to this pure menthol flavor. You do get an aftertaste though. The menthol is so strong that even, I took a drag of this about a minute and a half ago. I could still feel the menthol. I mean, it's like lingering around. It does have an aftertaste. Pleasant though. At times, sometimes though, it kind of gives me a little bit of a brain freeze. It's so strong that I do get a little bit of a brain freeze for some reason. Some may like this. If you're a masochist, I guess you might like this stuff. If you're just an ordinary guy, you might not find this pleasant. But if you're the type of guy who's trying, willing to try something and say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try an e-liquid that's very, I'm gonna try something different. Basically, if you want to try something different and you've been used to just vaping on the ordinary menthols with tobacco bases, you'll definitely want to check out the Halo Purities Sub-Zero. If your e-liquid lounge or e-liquid store doesn't have them, then try Z-Vape's Minty Kiss and you'll get the same experience. They're pretty much the same product, just different brand, and they pretty much sell them for a similar price, and they also have the same size bottles. They're both 15 mil and all that type of stuff. So would I recommend it? Of course. If you want to try something new, if you're the type of guy who vapes on menthol flavors or wants to try something unique, then yeah, it's something you want to look at. If you don't like menthol flavors, well, pretty much stay away from them. I enjoy menthols, so I would recommend it. Vapor production on it does pretty damn good. 8 out of 10. Flavor on it, well, it's a menthol flavor, and indeed, it tastes like menthol. I would give it a 9 or maybe even a 10 out of 10 because pretty much does what it's supposed to do. Plus, it gives me a brain freeze, so that's probably taking menthol to a whole new level, man. Longevity of the bottle, I'm not quite sure. Because the e-liquid is so viscous and some of it get lost because it starts to leak out from the cartomizers, or even sometimes if you tip your cartomizer over, the e-liquid is so viscous, it's so thin that it would come out of the filler and it'll start to drip out of your drip tip. So if you're the type of person who just keeps it like this, puts it in their pocket, doesn't lay it down or anything like that, it'll probably last you, 15 mils will last you for about 4 to 5 days, you know, depending on how much you vape. If you're all day vape type of guy, maybe 3 days. So longevity on it, I'll give it maybe a 7, you know. And presentation of it, it's actually quite unique. It's something that I haven't seen with other e-liquid juice companies, e-liquid companies, because usually they come in a plastic bottle. This comes in a glass bottle. So if you're that guy who's really crazy about BPA and all that type of stuff, then you got nothing to worry about because this is in a glass bottle. The presentation on it is actually pretty neat. It's pretty slick. Tells you that it's American made, so it's not made from China and, you know, this laboratory where a bunch of apes wearing biosuits or you know, making your apes or chimpanzees, you know, where they hire a bunch of apes and chimpanzees to do to mix your e-liquids. And I'm not being racist, by the way. I'm talking about like actual chimps and chimpanzees, you know. They do some pretty wicked shit over there, you know. But then again, we do some pretty fucked up shit over here in this country too. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this e-liquid review. Stay tuned for more. I actually have, oh man, I actually do. I got a couple more e-liquid reviews coming up. I actually recorded them a couple of weeks ago, and I'll have them uploaded today. So by the time you get to see these, you'll be able to see another e-liquid review that I recorded a couple of weeks ago, but I've yet to upload. But I'm uploading it right now, so stay tuned for that. As far as the e-liquid giveaway that I talked about with Epic Liquids Big Stick, I still have another 6 milligram nicotine per milliliter bottle of Big Stick. Okay, giving these away. So if you comment on my videos, if you respond to some of the threads that I post on bodybuilding.com or the e-cigarette forums, I will send you a bottle. So far I've sent one, and I am sending another one, and I might do another e-liquid review, and I'll actually be giving away some Mountain Oak Vapors e-liquids. They're one of my favorite, and it's a vendor, a company that I really like to share with the vaping community. So I'm really looking forward to doing that giveaway as well. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one, guys.